Greetings, everyone. I'm leaving this message for a special lady. You know yourself. I'm not going to say your name. I don't want you to be guilty by association, but I'm going to tell you this. Thank you for buying my book. But I want you to know that the experience you're having in trying to get my book shipped to you, that is a regular occurrence in my life. Okay? That is not an accident. And if you wish, I will ship that to you. I will discuss that in a private conversation. But because you mentioned it to me in email, I'm going to have a conversation with you. Listen, if I was the average person, I'd be rolled up in a ball somewhere in a corner. Okay? Because when I talk about doors getting shut, um, uh, you know, um, grenades and torpedoes aiming at me from every angle. Believe me, it's not made up, it's for real. But who Jah bless, no man curse. So while some people use the scripture, to indoctrinate and to lie to people, I go in there search for secrets. I look for the secrets that are there to help me understand how things are. That book, I wrote it. A lot of it is very personal stuff that I've been through. I documented it, and it cost me over $1,000 to publish that book. I purchased the rights to the pictures that are in that book. I wrote it. I edited that book myself, and even though I edited that book and gave all the changes that I wanted, they still managed to print it with some errors. But I just let it go because it would have cost me thousands of dollars to fix those problems. And so I let it go. I said to myself, well, people know, they'll understand what I'm trying to say. After I published that book, the copies that were sold are copies that I bought back and then sold to other people. The support that I got on that book, very few and far between. And I didn't do it to get popular. I did it to share. And a lot of what I talked about is what I experienced and what I truly believe. And so I want to say to people who are listening to this, the minute you decide you're going to stand up like a man or a woman in this world, expect the unexpected. And it shouldn't be unexpected. Expect that you're going to get slapped, kicked, and pushed around. But if you are determined in your mind to stand up for what is right or what is just, to believe in yourself, to understand that you don't respect any man more than you respect yourself. You don't love any man more than you respect yourself. And that the God that people tell you about exists in you, within you. Okay? We don't worship gods that look like other people that don't look like us. We don't believe in those gods. We don't celebrate those gods. We believe, that we are gods. And if we should have a father, our father must look like us. So while I don't get up every day anymore and just preach this message, some of the ones who would want to preach this message to don't want it. Some of our own people, we hear, oh, stand up and build and, this, that, and the other. Some of our worst enemy is our brother, is our sister, blood relative, and people from our own race. And so when you have the message of love and unity and all that stuff, you are better served. You better serve your purpose by finding people who are like-minded to share that with. You can't save the whole world. You have to first learn how to save yourself. And you have to believe in yourself and understand that when you speak the truth, you will be hated. You also have to understand it's not every day that the bucket goes so well. Everything is going to be okay. One day the bottom is going to fall out. And so many people who get up every day and they're just looking on the surface of things, one day they'll wake up, things will happen to them or their family, and eventually you don't have to preach that message to them. They will wake up because they'll finally have that web taken from off their eyes and they'll see for themselves. You don't have to speak message of love or hate to people for them to finally realize what either one is, love or hate, because they will experience it in themselves and they'll receive it from other people. Some of us hate ourselves, a real true hatred for who we are. Some of us hate our skin color because, yes, for years people told you that you were inferior. But if you really understood yourself and tried to understand, why would I be so hated? For what cause would I be born in this world? To be kicked and stomped and abused, and question that and say to yourself, something is wrong with that picture. Because many people who pretend to hate you, and they do hate you as a matter of fact, but many people who pretend to love you actually hate you. And a lot of people you would think hate you, they don't. So look at it from an individual standpoint. Work for your betterment. Strive not to be hurtful or do harm to other people. And if because you're a human being at some point you err, nothing is wrong in saying, I'm sorry. And if people want to accept your apology or not, there's nothing you can do about it. If someone wants to spend the rest of their life hating you because of something you did, even though you're no longer that person, then you just carry on. You carry on. My life could have been in shambles with all the things that come at me day after day, with all the struggles, with all the roadblocks. And believe me, there are lots and lots and lots of roadblocks. But I carry on and I push through all of this thing because I said no man is greater than God. Who you perceive God to be is an individual thing, but no man is greater. And it doesn't matter how much roadblock they set for you. The ones that are here to guide and to protect and to keep me. I have a very small group of people that I love and that I can truly say loves me because they demonstrate that over a period of time. But I don't even rely on the love of other people, on mankind, because we are frail. I have to turn into myself and love me. This week was a very stressful one. I was feeling myself getting weaker and weaker because I was thinking to myself, how is it possible to be one person dealing with all these different issues at once? I had to remind myself, all these things are happening to you to further your growth. So that when you open your mouth and speak, you're not just speaking, from something that's out there. You're speaking from what is within your own experience. Don't pay attention to these roadblocks and these people that are here to try to stop you from thriving or surviving. Listen, I always tell you people, and I'm going to say this proudly, I can stand up against anyone and defend myself. I can stand up beside the best of the best, and I can come out here and you can have your argument and I can have my own. And it's not going to be an argument that's just filled with holes. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm saying that I can stand my own. And I have not gained the success that some people gain. And I don't envy their success. I'm just saying that I got these roadblocks that are in my way and these hurdles that I must cross. I must jump over day in and day out. But at the end of the day, those who set those traps for me, I understand how the universe works. I know how karma is. So they might think they're always getting at me and always doing things to make me fall. But what they're doing is strengthening me. They're strengthening me. They're making me a queen. They're making me someone that will leave my mark here on this earth. Not just for you to see, but for my children and my children's children. So I'm telling you, I'm appealing to you. When you see people always doing stuff to you, people are setting traps for you, trying to do things to let you fail. Don't pay no mind to them. What they're doing is building your character. They're building you. They just don't know that. You need to know that. And when you feel sad and you need to cry, you take a moment away from the light, away from the spotlight, and you have that moment and you cry. But when you're done crying, don't you dare sit there and feel sorry for yourself. You get up and you move along. Some of my stories, some of these issues, some of these experiences will be in a book and you'll be able to read them. And I'm not just doing it because I want to make money from you. There's a possibility that I might not make much, because when you dare to come out in this world and challenge people and stand up to people and speak the truth, these individuals are not going to allow you to profit. They're not going to allow you. But the Creator, who takes care of all your needs, provide a home for you, a shelter, that is, provide food and sustenance and health. They can't take that from you when you have divine guidance, divine protection. So don't fear man. Don't fear what man can do to your body. Fear what the spirits can do to you as an individual. Who holds your life in the palm of their hands? People get shot in the head. People get injured in accidents and they survive. It's not man that saved you. It's not that doctor that saved you. It was not your time to go. And these horrible things that are happening to you, you can feel sorry for yourself all you want, but understand that it has its purpose. It's a part of that strengthening device. So yes, you're going to get discouraged. I get discouraged too. But I only turn to people who can lift me up, who can build me, who can encourage me, who can say to me, not that you're strong, because sometimes you don't want to hear that nonsense, you're strong. Because if someone is telling you you're strong, then that means you're going through some terrible ordeal. But you want to be around people who can remind you, you've been here before. And your life, is special. You're here, you're a special person. And these experiences not only build your character, but it's like a pathway to lead you to where you need to go. Feeling sorry for myself for a day or two is okay. But I understand I can't continue that way. I have to get up. I have to get up. And sometimes it's very tiring. Sometimes it's very tiring. Sometimes it moves you, it pushes you to be at your best. But that's all you can do. Be your best. Be your best in every circumstance, in every situation. And never lose hope. Never lose hope. Alkaline is one of my favorite artists, a young youth. And when I listen to some of his songs, it's inspirational. I listen to them, I can identify with them. I identify with that young man so much. He is truly a genius. Truly a genius in many sense. And I admire him, and I admire young people who have that ability to push through the hate, push through the fight, push through the struggle. It is just a wonderful thing to be blessed with that kind of strength. So as you go through your day, go through your night, whatever it is that you're feeling or you're going through, just push through. They can't stop you. They can't stop you, even though they're trying. They can't stop you. When it's time for you to gain abundance, nothing can stop you. Just remember the journey. Remember the struggles. Remember the pain. Because victory is a short place away. Victory, when it comes, it'll be so beautiful and so sweet when you look from where you come, from whence you came. Stay blessed, everybody. As I said to you, I will mail that book to you, and we can talk about this later on. But that is nothing new. Same thing with my channel. Everything that I try to put my hand on, blockage or roadblocks. But, listen, I don't lose faith. I look at these things and think to myself, only someone who's truly blessed will come upon these kind of obstacles, these kind of struggles, these kinds of fights. The most important thing is not that I fall, it's how I rise up, it's how I get up when I fall. Stay blessed, everybody.